See, the key to understanding the story is to realize that Abram and Sarai are not the heroes of the story. They don't deserve blessing. They don't deserve any praise. The hero of the story is Jesus. He just came in camouflage. Did you notice anything unusual about the angel of the Lord? When you read through, by the way, Scripture, and you see an angel of the Lord, often it's an angel. Sometimes you'll run into the angel of the Lord, and the angel of the Lord acts a little different. For instance, this story, we've got the angel of the Lord. What happens normally when people see angels? Well, they freak out because angels are like the Navy SEALs of the universe. And so they see them, they freak out, and the angels always have to say, calm down, don't be afraid. What happens with this angel of the Lord? He comes tenderly and has a conversation with Hagar. Normally an angel of the Lord, when people bow down to worship them, they say, whoa, 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 not God, I'm not God. This angel of the Lord's accepted worship. Listen what Hagar said to him. You are a God of seeing. Truly here I have seen him who looks after me. This is Jesus. Let's reread this story and we'll put our hero in the story. Then Sarai dealt harshly with Hagar and she fled from her. But Jesus found her by a spring of water in the wilderness, the spring on the way to Shur. And Jesus said, Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going? And she said, I am fleeing from my mistress Sarai. And Jesus said to her, return to your mistress and submit to her, for I will surely multiply your offspring so that they cannot be numbered for multitude. And Jesus said to her, behold, you are pregnant and shall bear a son and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord has listened to your affliction. He shall be a wild donkey of a man, his hand against everyone, everyone's hand against him, and he shall dwell over against his kinsmen. And so she called the name of the Lord, who spoke to her, Jesus, you are a God of seeing. Truly, here I have seen him who looks after me. Some of you may be like Hagar. You've been abused. You've been afflicted. Now, don't misread this passage. He gave her a specific command to go back. That doesn't mean run back to your abusive situation, your affliction. This was for her. But here's what you can get out of this. Jesus sees you. Jesus looks after you. God has a plan for your affliction. What someone else has meant for evil, God intends for good. Years ago, I gave this illustration. People still repeat it back to me, so I want to give it to you guys again. But it's as if our life is like a big cross-stitch loom. Have you seen those cross-stitch things? It's what your grandma gives you. It says home sweet home on it usually, and she gives it to you in a frame for graduation. And then you have to take it out every time grandma comes over. You know that thing? All right, so on this side, it's got this pretty little picture. On the other side, have you ever looked at it? It's a mess. All kinds of threads hanging down and cut threads, and they're going to go all over the place. Well, we live under one of those big cross-stitch looms. And every single one of us has needles coming in and out with threads on them. And we grab those. And those of us who try to do our best, we try to carefully put it back up the best we can to help create a pattern. But there's other people just poking people with it. And they're just throwing it up haphazardly. And then on top of the loom, Jesus is weaving something together. Sometimes, yes, we get poked on the needle on the way down. And sometimes we get poked by the needle underneath. And this does not look beautiful to us at all. One day, we will have the opportunity of coming to the other side to see what he has been working on all along. Why does God pick somebody like Abram and Sarai? I don't know. But this is what I do know. The pages of Scripture are filled with flawed people that Jesus pursues and saves, both them and their victims. That's the God we worship.